Good day, beautiful traders. So, don't mind my voice, I just woke up. So, I want to do a quick recap on gold because the last video I did doing CPI, I was like, let me sit and watch what gold is about doing. And actually, gold surprised everyone after the huge gap, the volume imbalance. It did not go up to fill those imbalance. It did not fill them up. So I could not enter any trade. So I'm not in any trade, I'm not in any sell trade, nothing. But the top down analysis I want to do again, let's review everything once again, because the more you review, I'm using my journal, my YouTube as my journal. So I'm not actually putting up the videos for people. I'm actually putting up the video for my future use because we are still coming up just 4 years into the game. So I think it's best that I understand everything that is happening in the market because someday it might be helpful. So, and I think that even as I'm putting it up, I'm not putting it up for any money or anything. I'm putting it up for educational purposes, and I don't care what people say. The background of the video is not okay. I've not actually put in money to start making YouTube videos. I'm just like using it as my journal. That's why even if it's midnight, I wake up, I can do my video. So I don't really care about what's happening. If you can hear me well, if you can still understand what I'm saying, fine. If you don't, I will still rewatch my videos. I watch my videos and I learn from my videos a lot. I learn a lot from my videos. And why I'm dropping it is because I want to make sure that I'm consistent on what I'm doing. I need to be consistent on what I'm doing so that I will know that my entry, my analysis, it did not change. So, and that's what I want everybody to do. Maybe if you're new and you've coined a strategy for yourself, just be consistent with that strategy, and that's the juice of everything. So I still believe that everybody knows how I do my top-down analysis. I will start from this monthly because the higher time frame always gives me the overall context on what to do, even within the short term. Even with tiny accounts, you all know that I trade more on tiny account because it's my practice account. I don't practice with big money. Since we are all learning, the fact that I'm giving out the little knowledge I have does not mean that I'm not learning. I'm still learning. So why I mark my previous monthly candle highs and low is because I want to see the framework of what I'm doing, the current framework of what I'm doing. Because if I start marking the overall highs and lows, like maybe I've marked the overall lows here, it will be too big for me to understand what is happening, what is going on. And I know that yes, gold is in an uptrend. Is quite clear. It's in an uptrend. Yes, fine. This is the general bias. This is really in an uptrend. So, but how do you minimize the noise of the previous candles, the previous years? Is by getting a range for yourself. I'm not actually calling it anything. I'm just trying to tell you that getting a range for yourself is very important. I've gotten my monthly range. This is the month I'm working on. This is the how many candles I'm working on. Just the 12 months candle I want to work on. The previous one, the previous 12 months candle. Although sometimes it's not it might not align, but once in a while when you mark the range out, it aligns within your space. Then because we tend to go down to a lower time frame, you get the weekly range too, which brings about this previous weekly highs and low, which you all know that no matter how you want to see it, the higher time frame previous candles highs and low shows a clear support and resistance. And as it's showing that clear support and resistance, you bag on it. You bag on it. Okay, look at this weekly time frame. See how from the last video, you remember when I said, see how price closed. Price rejected the upward movement. There's a depletion here, and it closed inside the previous weekly high. It breaks the high and closed below, but it did not break this previous weekly low. But the next week, after this particular week, price went back for a retest. I think that is what we call it, a retest. Break the low of this candle. And remember that anytime you see this candle, it signals a reversal. This is a pin bar or inverted hammer. You can call it inverted hammer. So you see the way the inverted hammer placed itself at the all-time high. So price took the low of that same pin bar, signaling a strong bearish move. But because sometimes price will take out this swing high and close back inside. That was why last week I was still on the buy here. I was holding on break-even after taking some profits. I was like, okay, when it sits me out on break-even, that means the sell buyers that have been carrying out for a very long time, maybe he wants to start, but don't bag on it that this sell move is just a final reversal towards the low of gold. No, it might just signal a retracement, just retrace for you to continue higher to 4,000, 4,005 or so. So you know that if you're in a strong bullish market, you don't need to silence that bull stuff, because there might be so many obstacles. Like you see here, you see this candle is engulfing this candle, making here another part of consign. So since it's making it a part of consign, on the monthly, what do we have? We don't have much on the monthly, apart from here that will have a fair value gap here. So from here, the week here is not actually saying any much thing. It's not actually saying any much thing here. So on the weekly, you can see that there was this tiny fair value gap. This tiny fair value gap here, in between here. So, and you're seeing the way price is running through it. It's running through it because remember what I said, that in a strong trend, bearish or bullish, any opposing liquidity, internal liquidity and external liquidity is disrespected. Every internal liquidity and external liquidity which is supposed to push price towards the continuation direction is going to be disrespected. So we have gotten one contest on the weekly. This fair value gap is being not yet off, but it's being rejected, disrespected already. So what should I do? I've already gotten one thing. There's a pin bar, a reversal candle on the weekly. Then the previous weekly low was taken and did not reverse. For the past 2 weeks, the pin bar low was taken, it's reversed back, which was what this previous weekly low signifies a strong support, which it went down and it obeyed the support level and pushed price up here. Then now depleted again, now rejected the upper side again, and this week we are seeing a strong bearish move. So this strong bearish move did not come out of nowhere. Because on the daily time frame we have this engulfing candle. And this engulfing candle shows a clear push down, and went to retest it, which it did perfectly at the opening of this engulfing candle. Price went back before the gap. After Friday, the market gave us a huge gap, which we were expecting to fill up, which was here. I was expecting this particular candle to fill it up before dropping, but it did not fill it up. That was why I could not get a good entry. And today again, the previous daily low was taken, and today price have started going down again. And you see all these bullish